I'm learning how to shoot it because of the crime that's been happening.
Ran over the stop sign.
Police say Neil's wild ride came to an end here near the Cool Springs Galleria.
They're going to put in some turn lanes as well as a traffic signal. And as for how Puka ended up in Española, New Mexico, 1,240 miles away from her home in Fort Campbell, Mandy Smith can only speculate.
A clunker like this one or any other car that gets less than 18 miles per gallon, and then you get to drive off in a new car.
He expected the state to pay for those repairs. Well, he got a letter in the mail today. Instead of it including a check, all it said was the state wasn't going to pay him a dime.
On Thursday, Wilson County emergency management officials will go out and inspect each of the county's tornado sirens, like this one here in Mount Juliet, to make sure they're all working properly, but to also check for any storm damage from Wednesday.
Take, for example, the alarm system. This siren used to hang on the side of the building there. Farmer first filled it with foam to try to silence the siren. Then when that didn't work, he simply knocked it down. Granite Bay, California, 2002.
I still have this on my door, and I will probably leave that on there, for a little while.
That was until Sue Laura spotted him.
The way he drove around the neighborhood, I just felt like he wanted to rob a house here.
Laura tailed Patrick Streeter in her car and called police. That led to his arrest, a guilty plea, and a 12-year prison sentence. 11 years later, we retraced Streeter's steps. From the school where he coached football, to his old apartment, and to the neighborhood he preyed upon. That's where we found Laura.
Yeah, he looks the same. And my kids, they were like, "How did you know, Mom?" And I said, you just get a gut feeling.
I'm pleased to announce the indictment of Patrick Lamont Streeter.
This week, Metro Nashville cold case detectives successfully tied evidence from Tiffany Campbell and Melissa Chilton's murders to Streeter. Laura had no idea that her tip helped keep Streeter off the street for the 11 years it took for cold case detectives in Nashville to secure an indictment.
I felt pretty good that he was, not about these girls, but I'm glad that, that's a long time ago to be doing that.
That spring, police gave Laura an award for her help. Our visit reminded her of something police told her in 2002. They were assuring her that Streeter would not be getting out of prison anytime soon.
They told me that they're pretty sure he had killed two younger girls.
Girls whose names she didn't know until Saturday. Girls who died at the age her daughter is today.
It's very humbling, and then sometimes it's a very nervous feeling. So then there's that sense of pressure, and there's that sense of they've done everything they can do, they haven't got anywhere, so now they called you to come get them.
Front time is 18:15, left, right, and overhead. Clean up.
They've called you for the sickest of the sick. You got to be on your A game to be able to take care of this. It does get stressful. Blades running, you're worried about the safety, you're worried about the scenes, you got to take care of the patient. So there can be some distractions, but and that's why there's two of us, and we can teamwork on it and take care of it.
I never know what I'm going to get. I still get surprised by things that I've never seen before, because you just can't possibly prepare for every situation. There's always going to be something I haven't seen yet. Patients that are just so badly broken that you just wonder how they can even be hanging on to you and get them to the hospital. When I'm picking up an elderly person at a hospital and there's someone my own age who tells me, take very good care of my mother, that one gets me. This is what I know. This is what I was born to do. The patient and the family are putting their trust in me and my crew members to do the best we can and to know what we're doing.
126/81. It's very rewarding when you do something good, and just being able to help people and see people in the sickest of the sick. It's very rewarding.
I may not remember this patient or everything that happens to them. This is an event that they're going to remember for the rest of their lives. It's going to be one of the most important or worst things that ever happened to them.
Let's go ahead and have a seat. We have an opportunity as a police department to take care of business once again. He attempted to kill 4 of our officers.
4 o'clock p.m. Laverne SWAT was armed, ready, briefed, and waiting.
We're going to deploy right here to avoid direct line of sight for the bad guy.
6, 7, 8 p.m. They waited for the bad guy to head home.
Eubank and Locklear be your first two in.
You will be taken into custody. You will be charged.
Let's go, circle up.
9:45 p.m. Bailey's finally home. Time to move in.
Hands in.
Father in heaven, as we go out to do another mission, let no man falter. Let us all go home safe. Amen. Weapons are hot. Vigilance. Vigilance. All right, boys, game time. Let me know when you're ready. We're in position. Go. Search warrant! You got any weapons or anything on you, man?
No, sir.
Best thing you do is just keep your mouth shut.
Go in a high-risk area and make these arrests without anybody getting hurt.
That's their guy, Gregory Bailey. Officers question him inside the house.
He is going to jail.
Bailey's in violation of his parole. On top of that, he's now charged with selling ecstasy, marijuana, and possession of drug paraphernalia.
Great night for the Laverne Police Department and good night for the neighbors here to get rid of this drug house.
You're telling me that towards the end of October, you always start to feel what?
Anxious, a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress.
In October 2009, Eddie McCreary was hit and killed while trying to tow his daughter's stranded car. Katrina Cornwell kept driving. Police later found her at Opry Mills Mall drunk.
It tears families up, tears families apart.
McCreary's family maintains his memorial year-round, decorating it for holidays and his birthday.
It's a place for me to feel somewhat close to him, because that's the last place he was actually alive.
You always think it's somebody else, you know, you never think it's going to be you.
This memorial is for Eric and Lori Kerr's daughter, Katie. A convicted drunk driver driving the wrong way on Interstate 40 killed her in May 2009.
It makes family things hard because it's just, you know, there's that elephant in the room that she's not there.
These two families' crosses are just two among countless others placed along Tennessee roadways.
I never really paid attention to how many there were before. I never really thought about them before, but I notice them all now.
Katie was heading home to White Bluff after work. She was a senior at the University of Tennessee, Chattanooga. She was an English major with an international studies minor.
She was great. she was a very sweet person, you know, and I know everybody says that about their kids, but she always looked out for the underdog.
Katie wanted to teach English abroad, but now her family hopes her memorial teaches drivers here a lesson.
I know they're not going to know who she was, most of them, but I think that they should see that something happened there, and I think it reminds people to be careful.
Think of your own family. If something was to happen due to your negligence or anything else, what is that going to put your family through? That could be your cross on the side of the road.
Safety issue, there are great concerns on a number of different levels.
But believe it or not, these memorials are not without controversy. The Tennessee Department of Transportation tells us they're illegal. On Nashville's News 2 this morning, find out why and what it could mean to these families and thousands of others. Along I-40, Joseph Pleasant, Nashville's News 2.
All right, let's do this. Off to practice we go. Pre-game skate. We're playing some good hockey right now. Hopefully we can keep her going tonight. I start warming up in the gym just to get light, move the body a little bit before we head out on the ice for 10 o'clock. practice light pregame skate with the boys. Morning, Mitch. You ready for this hot lap? Top cheese where mama keeps the cookies. Usually we're on the ice for about 20 minutes, 30 minutes max. Pre-game skates is just more for blood flow and getting our mind and body a little active.
Do it. All right.
Doing the game, doing the game. Blood, sweat, and tears. I don't even get punched in the face and I still bleed.
Spend some of that coin. Don't be bleeding all over. All right, keep going, eh?
I spent it all over the last 8 years.
Still know where it went, eh?
About 11 o'clock, we start our systems meetings, power play, penalty kill, system meetings for our opposing team.
Hey, Webs. How you doing, buddy? Good. How are you? Hey, Brandon. How are you? Good. How are you? Hey, Brandon. What's going on?
I'll see you tonight. Yeah. Off to eat pregame meal by 11:30. After pregame meal, hit up the old fart sack for a couple hours and shut her down. Off to the rink by 4:30 for 7 o'clock game. And it's game on from there.
Tonight.